Hello everyone, it's me again, and I'm back with another video. Today's video will be what if Devastator was in Transformers Prime. Now, for this to work, Breakdown cannot be Bulkhead's rival, unfortunately. Who could have been his rival in this time instead? Lawn Hall and Mick Bone Crusher. Either one of the two, who I could picture being played by John DiMaggio and Steve Bloom. Now, with their introduction, this would set up the Constructicons to appear in the future. I think one of them would be Bulkhead's rival. Which one do I think would fit perfectly? I thought Lawn Hall, but now that I think about it, I think Bone Crusher works perfect. I think Bone Crusher works perfectly to be Bulkhead's rival within the show instead of Breakdown. Now, I think Lugnut would have not Lugnut. Lawn Hall would have been introduced second. Like, maybe he could be Bulkhead's second rival whenever he's not at odds with Bone Crusher. Scrapper, Scavenger, Hook. Oh yeah, and Mixmaster. They would all appear during the rest of Season 1. And with their inclusion, they probably would help, bring Megatron back to life faster, I guess. I'm not too sure. But I feel like they would participate in a lot of the destruction the Autobots did to the Decepticons. I feel like they would. And I do think they would turn into Devastator at one point in, like, Season 1 or 2. Now, in response to Devastator, it would make sense to introduce a Autobot combiner. It could be someone like Superion. It could be someone like Defensor. But considering that the Rescue Bots are kind of like this universe's Protectobots, I think it would make sense to go with, the aerial bots. Like, have them be introduced in Season 2. So the Autobots can expand their ranks even further. Smokescreen, I think, would still be introduced. His introduction wouldn't change at all. But with the Constructicons' inclusion, they probably would have to get the keys a lot faster if I were to make a guess. But with the aerial bots, it probably would be longer for them to get all the Omega keys and Omega locks. I feel like Constructicons could have gotten their hands on the Star Saber first. Like, they find the Star Saber only for Optimus to take it. So yeah, not a whole lot of Season 2 changes other than the Constructicons participating caused some events that happened earlier. Now, what about the Season 2 finale? It would still go down the same, honestly. But with Bone Crusher being Bulkhead's rival, Bone Crusher would be dead. He'd be killed by arachnids, so yeah. The Constructicons are down one less member. So, essentially, the Constructicons consider the idea of disbanding the Decepticons until they're like, let's just stay. I do not picture anything in Beast Hunters changing. But considering that Mixmaster and Scrapper were friends with Bulkhead and Animated, I guess they would form some sort of mutual respect when it comes to, like, Predacons Rising. That wouldn't really change. Predacons Rising wouldn't change other than the Constructicons would have to reluctantly help the Autobots. I could picture them building in the Darkmount base, like having some sort of role in the Darkmount storyline in Season 3. Like, rebuilding Darkmount of sorts. And they would probably and that probably would be their mission by, the end of the show. I could even picture them being the ones to find Shockwave and the Predacon. Or just Shockwave. It was just Shockwave, but that's just me. Robots in Disguise, I don't think would have changed other than they probably would have participated in the Combiner Force storyline with a new Constructicon. I'm thinking maybe Scrap Metal. So that's what if Devastator was in Transformers Prime. Now, apparently Devastator was meant to be in this show, but he was scrapped. Smokescreen didn't mention him in Season 2. Do I think his inclusion could have been interesting? Yes, but should he have appeared? Definitely. There need to be combiners and more road vehicles to the Decepticon ranks. There definitely needed to. I do have plans to do some others, like what the Stunticons were in Transformers Prime, which will probably come next, but you'll wait and see. Anyways, bye.